Right around that time, that's Milka and I. Actually, you graduated a semester before me. And I tell you, at SFA, I don't know if you've heard of it. Mattress Firm has quite a reputation on campus. But I was damned and determined not to be a statistic. I wasn't going to do that. But Milka and I actually went to a career fair together. And it was really, it was different. We drove together because parking was awful. And I don't know, maybe you had a handicap attack or something.
Probably.
But so we went, and Amanda Williams happens to be one of my sorority sisters, and she she calls me over there, and I'm like, oh shit, man, no. And so she does her thing where she, asks me if I'm interested. I'm like, yeah, I'll nod and say yes and maybe, and let's see, what happens, because I'm there with Milk, and it's 6 months prior to me actually graduating. But oh hell, you know what? I need experience interviewing. So that next semester I was in a foreigner professionalism class, and if we went to an interview and did a mock interview, we got 5 extra points on our final. Anybody that knows me knows I need extra points. So that was the easiest way to get them. So I went to this mock interview and sat through the infomercial, the Info Murphy, if you will. So the Info Murphy goes on, and he talks about how he lived in all these cities and all these zip codes, and it was all selling mattresses. And I was like, this is wild, but okay. I'll give it a year, because let's all face it, I was going to pad my resume, get some sales experience. If you can do sales, you can do anything, and move on with my life. And this is where it gets emotional. So I'm talking to Amanda, and I was like, I don't really want to move to Dallas or Houston. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So she's like, well, what do you think about Florida? And so for some reason, I was like, you know what? I went to Panama City Beach. Beach is awesome. Let's do it. So I pack up my car like Abby and just drive in my car. My alternator went out. And I called my dad. I'm like, is this a sign? He's like, oh, no, hell, go. Just go. And so I do. Yeah, just go. So I have an Air Up mattress, and I have 2 Rubbermaids of shoes. I'm prioritizing my new life as an adult. I have shoes, I have a Air Up mattress, and I have clothes, and I have silverware. And that's how I started. And I remember talking to Adam, and he's like, yeah, man, we got somebody with an extra room, you can move in there. So I'm like, okay, Adam, I'm trusting you. So literally on trust, what we talked about all day, I've moved 1,600 miles to work for a man I've never met, to live with a guy that I've never met. And I get there, and very clearly I start working and everything. Well, it just so happened that the internship program was going on in Tampa. So then I met a lot of interns, and they had an extra room, and Milka was there in the training at that point, because she was six months ahead of me. So she was doing the training, so they let me move in there, which was really cool. And so I ended up spending the summer with a bunch of interns, and Milka and myself, and a lot of people training.
We shared a room and a bathroom for the entire summer.
Yeah, a king-size bed. Yeah, a bed. Yeah, it was awesome. So it was just really cool how that all happened. So our mission statement is to change lives one night at a time. I would like recruiting to stand up, because you have changed lives one recruit at a time.
always wait a week and a half before we call them back. Like,